Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. The message reads like this. I never thought that I would find myself in this position. Speaking of things that most people would call madness or evil, but that is the truth. The truth is a way of catching up to you, no matter how much you try to hide away from it. Now I am currently living here in South Africa, where I am working as a domestic worker. There are times when my boss shouts at me, and I do not respond because I feel like I deserve. When people shout at me, it's like I deserve it because of the things that I did. Maybe it is a way of the universe punishing me. Maybe it is God who is punishing me. But my cry unto God is like, if you have started punishing me in this world, then when I die, what kind of a punishment will be waiting for me? I am burdened by my own sins. Even if I try to confess unto God, I feel so weak. I'll be like, but with the damage that I caused, will God ever forgive a cruel, a heartless woman like me? My name, does it even matter? It does not matter anymore. All that you need to know is that I was born and raised in Zim, and I used to see a lot of kids that were growing up, and I would see that most of the people that were sending their kids to school, they were making something out of their lives. But I was cursed by God when I gave birth to my two daughters, who were really beautiful. They are so beautiful, but they can't seem to settle down. It's like when they get a good man, they somehow mess it up because of the way that they are beautiful. They believe that they are supposed to maybe to be married by a king or by a president, because they always find something wrong with the guy that they will be dating. So there was a girl in our area, I'll call Nyasha, not a real name. Beautiful. She was Nyasha. She was beautiful. And at that time, she went to university. I watched her grow up. I had watched her because the family was suffering. We were the ones who were feeding this family at that time when she was still young. But when she was now in university, that was when the mother started acting as if she had made it in life. I was not happy. I was not happy at all when I heard that she was about to get married. How could I be happy? Because my own daughters, they were not getting the same attention from the men that I thought they were supposed to get married to. It was all about them sleeping with these different men that were rich. Yes, the men would buy them some groceries, but I wanted my daughters to get married the same way that Nyasha had gotten married. My daughters remained unmarried whilst she was about to have her wedding. It happened so quickly. All of a sudden, she found a man, a good, wealthy man, and everyone was happy. And everyone was talking about the wedding as if this was going to be the greatest thing that was ever going to happen in our church. On the day of the wedding, I watched her. She looked like a queen, and I was so angry. When I looked at my daughters, they were there, inappropriately dressed, looking for men even on her wedding, not thinking about themselves having a special day. Whilst we were at the wedding, I was not okay because I kept on asking God, why is it that she had been blessed in such a way? This did not sit properly with me, and I was supposed to do something about it. That is what I told myself. You see, when I was younger, I had learned certain things that my grandmother taught me in secret. She was a powerful sangoma, a traditional healer, and she used to help a lot of people. Even at our compound, when we were still growing up, we used to have people that would be running mad, those that would have been brought by their relatives, because my grandmother used to specialize in that. I then found myself returning back to the village, and I spoke with my other grandmother, because the one who had raised me up, she has since passed away. So I spoke with my other grandmother, who was my grandmother's little sister. She then went into her bedroom, and then she came out with an old basket. In that basket, she laughed and she said that this basket, it has all of my tools. These were the tools that she used as she would go around bewitching people. The jealousy had consumed me by then. I could not stand to see her happy, full of joy, whilst I was disappointed by my own failures, by my own daughters. I did the unthinkable. I prepared a charm with all the bitterness that I had in my heart. I called upon the spirits, the ones that my grandmother used to teach me about, those that do stand before the throne of Satan himself. And I asked them to take away Nyasha's joy, to make her marriage to fail, to bring her pain instead of happiness. I know it sounds impossible to believe, but the powers of the devil, it is real magic, it is out there. I did cast the spell, binding her future to my will, thinking that if she suffered, I would somehow feel better about my life. At first, nothing happened. She then left with her husband, and everything seemed perfect. I watched as the weeks passed and nothing changed. I began to doubt myself, to wonder if the spell had worked. But then, little by little, things began to shift. She became ill, and within a very short period of time, this girl, she passed away when she was pregnant, and her family had tried to seek out traditional healers and doctors, and I, like a snake in the grass, I played the role of the concerned neighbor. I had some other charms that had been given to me by my other grandmother. Whenever I would visit her, I was supposed to leave some of these powdered charms in her room where they were keeping her. She was so sick. Whilst I'll be sitting down, I'll say, let us pray, let us pray. So whilst we will be praying, everyone with their eyes closed, then I'll start to sprinkle the powder onto the floor. One day she saw me, but she was too weak to do anything about it. She just looked at me, and she knew that I was the one who was bewitching her. Yes, indeed, when you are bewitching someone, the moment that they get sick, you visit them so frequently so that you can keep on using charms, so that those that will be coming to pray for them, their prayers will not work. That is why I kept on visiting her. And then she passed away. After she passed away, Brother Nashi, I felt a sense of relief. But then with time, I felt so guilty. I never benefited anything. My daughters, they are still prostitutes. They never got married. They have kids with different fathers. I have one daughter of mine who is here with me in Cape Town. She also have a child with a South African man. That is how they live their lives. Wherever they go to, they have kids with men in that country. Maybe it is because of the way that they are too beautiful. They are just beautiful, but without a brain. So now I am regretting. I am totally regretting, because this woman, she did nothing wrong to me. She was just a decent girl who kept herself throughout her university years, and when she got married, I bewitched her. My warning to other people out there is that those that bewitch you, they are not those people that come from a different place, but those that know you, they are the ones that bewitch you, just like what I did to my neighbor. To my neighbor, I just want to apologize and to say that I am sorry. I am sorry for the things that I did. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. That is the translation of the message that she sent to me, hoping that you were able to understand.